The firework coming, then become big, huge, disappear, right? The child time, difficulty. Then teenager time, forget everything. Yeah, they're thinking I'm the world king. Yeah? Then they one day disappeared, right? So the real Happy New Year, usually we say happy birthday, right? The actual Buddhist, when the time when your birth start problem. In this case, we say suffering of birth. We never say suffering of happy, right? Right? So same like that. When the birthday, they put candle, right? Light. After they blow our light. So now, really, we want to make Happy New Year, right? How we make Happy New Year? So you see, actual, same time sun raising, same time sun setting, right? There's no any special. But it means it expire our visa to live in this country. It means we are really tourist person, okay, tourist. This is not our permanent residence. This is hotel, right? So if you think New Year, for me, I'm not happy because I lose 1 year, live this nice hotel. Now, how we make Happy New Year? First, we think in the past, like 2021, what I did, right? If during that period, we did something wrong, right? You have to use our life with the wasting, then we should think 2022. Oh, I'm born a human being, but my behavior is worse than animals. Yeah. In this case, we should make when they, how say, use people waiting, so exciting, 8, 7, 6, like waiting. Yeah? No exciting. For me, I'm very sad. Oh, I'm using my life 1 second less, 1 second getting aging and now become like that. So in this case, oh, now here it's actual means when you're saying wedding, yeah, 7, 6 means, oh, my life's going like that, right? So in this case, I must use some of the proper way. Actually, this talking about the, how say, impermanent, okay? But we're not thinking impermanent. We think this number is something permanent, right? So when you're showing this number, 6, 7, at that time, we should think like usually Westerners say, time is money, right? We should think time is to do something meaningful life. You never think time is money, okay? We think time is meaningful life. So in this case, yeah. So when you're time changing, we should think, oh, my now 1 year gone. I don't know how many years left again, right? During this time. I'm for myself, yeah, I'm thinking to believe religion is not important. Yeah, to believe something is not important, right? Not important. Important is, yeah, something make joyful life, right? So joyful life, it doesn't mean something make money. Are we sure they won't cut it? I think sometimes good for you. Yeah? This is very good for me. Very rich lady who was model. right? I can quote it, her word. I think this is very good for sometimes when you're talking about the uh, Buddhism, talking about the death impermanent. Yeah, they're never thinking, oh, why that? I'm quoting that. I think very useful. If you think that, then you know how is happy birthday. So this is a real one, yeah. So actual means New Year. I use very good word, right? But I don't like that. So I want to make always like opposite one, yeah. So the real story, the true story of life. He was just his 40 diagnosed with cancer. I have a world most expensive brand car in my garage, but I'm still in a wheelchair. Okay? Very rich lady, okay? Model. Have a brand Mercedes and so many in a garage, okay? 40 years. Now wheelchair. What's the benefit this Mercedes and this Rolls Royce? This one. Then second, my house is full of designer shoes, clothes, and valuable. But I'm still lying around covering a hospital cloth. Model, right? 1,000 shoes, right? So many different clothes, right? Now, hospital, finish. This is real teaching, okay? You never think teaching always find from some Dharma teaching, Dharma text, okay? Then again, another ones. There's enough money in the bank, but I still can't see the benefit. Haha, so much deposit there, okay? Finish. This one, okay? Now you see, I live in a house like a horoscope. Horoscope, I don't know, like horoscope, yeah? A house like horoscope. But now I am in a hospital bed. Means I think they're very luxury house, maybe, yeah? Now, hospital bed. So you think time is money or time is meaningful life? They think time is money and they make this one, okay? Then another ones, very good ones, yeah? I am available through the 5-star hotel, but now I'm spending my time in between hospital left. Yeah, these people are very rich, right? Going 5-star, 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 right? Now going left to left, left to left, okay? This is, you don't think I'm how to make superstitious. This is real our life, okay? Real our life. This is experience. It not come from something text, okay? This real lady taught that. Then I have assigned hundreds of people, but now I am signing my doctor's note. Yeah, these people are very famous, right? There's an autograph. What is the benefit you can get one sign from this model? Yeah, but it's stupid, rushing. She signed so many. Now she gets so many signs from the doctor. Now she get the, the doctor's autograph, right? This is very good for me, but for that reason, it's helpful me, so I'm sharing for you this one, yeah? Another one, I have a lot of jewelry to wear my hair, but I don't have a single hair in my head right now. She was cancer, right? No hair, because of chemotherapy, right? Jewelry, finish. Now, you see, we humans are so much stupid, right? Whatever we have, we're not housing enough there, right? Black hair, put yellow. Yellow hair, put black. Really stupid. Never satisfaction, whatever you have. Yeah. You don't need to put white. You don't one day become white. So see here. I'm sorry. Then again, I can fly, travel anywhere. Yeah. I can fly, travel anywhere I want to private plane, right? But I just need to reach the hospital by the help of two people. Yeah, they have private, yeah, they're using, how say, private jet, yeah, going. Because bank, there are so many things, right? Now cannot use. Even though there are so many foods, I still have 2 drops of salt in my diet day and night. When it's sick, all now conclusion, okay? Conclusion. This is a summary. When it's sick, all these houses, car, helicopters, bank account, huge fame, none of that is needed. Nothing of that expensive thing may kill me. Okay, this is my New Year teaching, okay? So you see, in this case, yeah, now you know that, right? We never think like if you have something wealth, right? Then become happiness. I don't think so. You see, when you go to India, right? Very poor village, right? So poor, they are smiling. Smile means feel happy. So many American billionaires, yeah, using tablet Tangoli pill, not happy, right? The time death, right? Whether the poor guy when you die or rich guy die, the only difference is a coffin. The rich people make expensive coffin, right? Maybe they put, how say, diamond or like that, yeah? The poor people want to wrap in the same place under the ground. This is our last story. Also, you see, sometimes we are very strange, yeah, when the Westerner, when they go to the, how say, because she do to do the Johnny Chick when the cemetery people wearing black tie and a suit, yeah. They never think I'm going one day like that. They're thinking, oh, this guy gone, yeah. So I'm saying this is now he's unfortunate guy gone there with a nice coffin, right? A bigger rich one. But I'm the permanent here. This is my permanent resident. Yeah, you think of that. In this case, you see, even poor smiling, even rich, so much means happiness comes from inside. In this case, the meaning of life is, I'm not saying meaning of life is to become liberation. I'm never saying. I'm saying meaning of life is happy life. Happy life comes not from only the money, right? Even use, in this case, we should need, how say, this modern world, we should need ancient wisdom. That ancient wisdom gives us really joyful life. That ancient wisdom is compassionate, self-centered, because it's self-disciplinary, right? To tolerance, to respect each other, containment. These are ancient messages. If we not change something inside, right? External development is very dangerous. If you make, how say, manju durwa ina to start kaza durab chok dia kung migi semgi digi dangwa ande migi semgi digi average cheba ina ro. Compare them, right? I think right now people internal happiness is less than earlier 19th century. Earlier 19th century, there's nothing having this, how say, if you feel cold, just using switch and hot, right? Going there, flight not that. Right? So it's showing happiness not only for external, so tied to change inside, but a good heart, right? So if the person, whether have not good heart, yeah, this technology development is very dangerous. His Holiness is saying like this, yeah? Actual, like you see, medical instrument, right? Medical instrument is the purpose of made for to survive the human life, right? But this instrument cannot judge whether I'm doing good or I'm doing bad, right? In this case, we have so many history lost internal organ because kindness of these material things. But we not blame to the material, okay? We blame to use person who use the user, right? In this case, very important in this modern world, yeah, we should need the ancient wisdom. Within ancient wisdom, yeah, this all different religions. This His Holiness advice really, really wise advice. He's saying like that. He said like that. Community, yeah, many truth, and many view is meaningful. Individual, one truth is true benefit, okay? So in this case, this whole major religion give us same advice, right? Yeah. So in this case, of course, I'm going from the teaching from the Tashi Tele, from beginning from, because today is New Year, right? So like Tashi Tele, right? So in this case, yeah, I want to start from the teaching from the Tashi Tele. So Tibetan greeting is Tashi Tele, right? Right now, unfortunately, many young Tibetans say, Shoge Tele, Nyingung Tele, Gongde Tele. Unfortunately, they didn't know the meaning of Tashi Tele, okay? Tashi Tele, we divide it in two. Tashi, causes, okay? Tele, result. Tele, did two. Happiness and definitely goodness, okay? These three, okay? These three. Tashi is one, okay? Then happy and definite goodness. Means if you do something Tashi, right? Then you can get, either happiness or either definite happiness. Happiness means our human and the high human and God happiness, okay? Leg means definitely goodness is the liberation happiness, okay? In this case, here's a Tashi. Tashi means auspicious. The three types of auspicious action, okay? The first auspicious action is to avoiding 10 negative action, yeah, which we call small scope, right? That small scope practice is not unique for the Buddhist practice. Whole religion are same. Yeah, they say not killing, right? Not stealing, right? Not section. We never find any teachings to kill something, to stealing something, to section. Yeah, this is not unique Buddhist teaching. Okay, this one, lying, this all, right? Yeah, only different is from the wrong view, right? It's different. 9 are same whole religion. In this case, yeah, every religion have so much contribution, something peace in this world, whether who believe creator or whether who believe law and karma, right? So, for example, if you are a Christian, right? I'm a real Christian, right? Then even I have an opportunity, yeah, something stealing huge money, right? But I'm not stealing because God is always watching me. Because of that, naturally become, self-discipline. We Buddhist, if you do that, next life, right? I can get consumed. But naturally, really, if you follow like any religion's advice, yeah, then we don't need this police, we don't need this jail, we don't need this one, right? Also, you see, this stupid religion person make conflicts, right? Some say, I'm Christian, I'm this. actual real Christian, right, or creator, right, who believe creator, right, must we respect whole religion. Why? If I'm, for example, if I'm a Christian or Muslim or something, believe creator, yeah, then I accept, oh, creator made Buddha, creator made Jesus, creator make Muhammad, right? Creator makes Moses. In this case, creator have something reasoning why they made this one, right? Because creator know one truth cannot have everybody, right? For that reason, creator make different teacher. If you believe creator, right, then by naturally think, oh, because creator have the full of love, right? In this case, only Christian cannot help, only Buddhist cannot help, but that is they created. But they're not saying that your religion is wrong because you contradict that, but believe creator, right? In this case, yeah, really in this time, how much scientific developing, technology developing, right? We need to have, how say, must we have to ancient wisdom with the religion advice. We don't need to believe the religion, but we should use the religion advice, yeah? Make different religion and religion advice, okay? Sometimes His Holiness say we need to, they say like, how say, this, Chulu the Madame Sangjulat. Secular ethic, right? Secular ethics is very easier when you're talking about, when we Buddhists talking about the mind training, right? Within this mind training, we take out Buddha, we take out the past life, we take out this as a law of karma, right? Rest all this advice are become secular ethic advice, yeah. In this case, today I'm talking about the Tashi teaching. That Tashi teaching is, how say, related with the three scope, okay? The first Tashi, yeah, Tashi means auspicious, right? Auspicious action, right? Auspicious action means, like, how say, positive action, right? Positive, yeah? The action, when you do, yeah, it's not harming other. The action, if you do, it help other. That action called positive action, okay? Right? So we not, that action, we cannot, how say, to this, how say, we cannot distinguish from the external action, okay? Important ones, motivated, okay? You see, a doctor cut the leg, right? Actual cutting, right? Someone's by forcefully cut the leg. Same cut the leg, one is positive action, okay? Yeah, some, I want to deceive someone, talking very nice word, right? That is negative things, okay? Even I want to something, make something like a child, parent, right? Want to make something to change his behavior, right? You use harsh word, right? This is positive action. Internal, I want to make something good, but external, showing something like anger. It looks like a Hollywood movie star, right? We monastic disciplinary, disciplinary, we say like that. The disciplinary face is like a rocky mountain, blacker than Rocky Mountain. His heart is whiter than white snow. So in this case, we cannot distinguish from external, right? Positive, yeah, right? In this case, beginning, yeah, because the small scope cannot help other, right? Yeah, but actual, this whole Buddhist teaching, right? All Buddhist teaching, if you make conclusion, right? Only two words, right? Buddhist contact and Buddhist view, right? In this case, Buddhist contact have the two types of Buddhist contact. It can help other. It can't at least not harm other. It's Buddhist contact. So small scope and middle scope, it's, I would say, cannot help other, but at least avoiding her harming. For that reason, 10 negative action to avoid. Even you see, if you inside something get anger, right? If you not show physical, right? Cannot harm other, right? Inside anger, if you not use harsh word, right? Cannot harm other, right? For that reason, Buddha, very wise teacher, beginning person, right? He never say, oh, try to control inside your mind. Yeah, he tried to make 10 non-virtues from the beginning to stop that, because that one's directly harming to the other, right? For in this case, if we do first Tashi, right, then next life, definitely we need to born high rebirth, yeah, either human or something, right? So we not necessarily go to some lama and make me prayer to born. Sometimes it looks like make like corrupted, looks like that, yeah. Our next step doing something bad, everything bad, right? Time to die, this, going some money and go to lama, take this one there, yeah. It looks like corrupted, looks like that, yeah. Not that. In this case, beginning, if you just born to the high rebirth, yeah, it's not necessarily become Buddhist, Christian, or this pure religion practitioner, definitely born to high rebirth, because high rebirth causes is morality. When do you get the they say high rebirth causes the only morality, right? In this case, this small scope is not something unique for the Buddhist practice, okay? Whole Buddhist practice, all is similar. Only different is when you become small scope practice, we should combination with a refuge mind. Then it becomes Buddhist practice, yeah? Otherwise, same. Now the start from the unique Buddhist practice coming from the middle auspicious Tashi, okay? Tashi. That Tashi is practice of three high training practice, yeah? Morality, concentration, and wisdom, right? In this case, if really first we want to practice, yeah, this middle scope, right? Middle scope. Definitely we should beginning to practice small scope. In this small scope, we say beginning start of how say guru devotion, right? Then death coming. So then the question coming, why so much important for the guru, right? So we can ask why we are now very important for the GBS, right? If in our car, right, now we have GBS, that's very easy to get to our point, right? So in this case, every causes knowledge is based from the guru, right? In this case, also for that we see like that school is good or bad. We not see the facility. We see how's teacher, right? But if we not check carefully, then guru devotions, it looks like something, how say, dictatorship. It looks like a dictatorship. In this case, Buddhism is amazing. First we should know the understanding of what's the benefit to take the guru, to rely the spiritual master. Yeah, what's the losing like the understanding, right? Then at that time because we should know why I need the GPS right now. Yeah. Yeah, now, right? This time very easy, right? Earlier very difficult when you go to driving. Yeah, stop little bit. Where is this one? Go this. Where this? Right? Now we have GPS. Very easy. Just stop there. Bring should get there, right? So in this case, sometimes we think why teacher is so important. Then you should make question why GB is important, right? This is one, right? Then now you say GB also, so we need a perfect one, okay? Otherwise, one day Rinpoche and we from Poland to need to going to the Berlin airport, right? They make GB something wrong. They did put it wrong. They take a 50 miles extra, right? In this case, first they say, what's the quality of the teacher? Should understand. Within quality of teacher, there are three types of teacher, right? Vinaya teacher, Sutra teaching teacher, Tantric teaching teacher. Yeah? Sutra. If you have also like this, in this case, at least they say the teacher should need at least quality. This generation time, the full quality is very rare, but at least they say 3 high training practice include with the compassionated. If we met teachers like that, then his command, whatever he say, will not become detected. So, but it doesn't mean like that. What the teachers say, you should say yes, no. No. For Buddha, because in the Vinaya said that if it is something, how say, Geshe the tumbas, is something related with something virtuous, yeah, then you say yes. If something, the teacher says something to you, if it's something related with negative things, you say no. Say that. Okay? But sometimes when they're giving, how say, they give guru devotion teaching, right? They're not going detail, yeah. They're just going, how say, gross level, and say whatever teacher say, you should do. And they put example like a Mila and Naropa and like that, yeah. I don't think so. In this case, if the teacher have 3 high training, at least 3 high training and compassionated, then this time there's no dangerous. That teacher, whatever, say you jump on this, you jump, no problem. Because he's compassionated and he has a morality. This one, yeah, this one. Then second times, yeah. Oh, I can teach teacher. Then why I need, how say, to think about the human precious life, right? So we don't think all human are human precious life, okay? We never think all human, yeah? Miller ever said like this, go 100, yeah? The human, the human jewel life is, yeah, very rare, but you, yeah, it's not rare. Yeah, precious life. So why, in this case, when you practice of human precious life, first you should identify human precious life. Yeah. Then, if not enough, it's understanding of the, how say, understanding or identified, yeah, should know what is the value, okay? If you not identify this pressure, then we cannot use this proper way. For example, yeah, one really poor guy, right? Very poor, right? Not any facility. In his house, there's a huge of diamond, yeah? The person, the poor person, if he didn't know this is a diamond, right? The diamond cannot explain to you, I'm diamond, right? You still live house in the poor, right? If I identify this diamond, then I hope to, how say, overcome the poverty. In this case, we should know, identify my precious life. Precious life means it's not for the, how say, body, not from the bone. Animal bone, animal body, precious than us, getting so much expensive. Some now, you see they use, how say, shoes like this, crocodile shoes, $1,000, right? We never, if you try to make human skin, you never get, you go to the jail, okay? So precious means this brain. Understanding that, right? Just understanding also diamond cannot have. You should know how the value is diamond, okay? If you don't know the value, just identified cannot help. You see, if you just should check you go to Nepal, very remote control, right? You take one American 100 note and Nepal 100 note. Yeah, you can ask him to choose. Yeah, that person know, this American definitely is something money. Yeah, right. But definitely this remote people choose the Nepali 100 note. Why? That person, even this is note, but they didn't know the the value of American dollar, right? If for me, someone showing Tashi, you can choose American dollar, some want to give me two, yeah, in the Nepali 100 rupees or American 100 rupees dollar, right? Tashi, what do you like? Definitely, I never choose the Nepal man. I must grab the American dollar, right? Because I know the value. So in this case, yeah, not enough to identify the human precious life. We should know the value of a human precious life. Value of human precious, this, intelligent ones, yeah. Animal, how much intelligent? Sometimes we are stupid than the animal, right? You see, this police and this everything decided at last dog, right? Something also, this security, right? First they give us all, we say human beings so intelligent, we say that, right? When this security take, at last they take one dog, yeah. And dog say no, then think this is nothing, right? So you see, very, but human, very intelligent. Human know dog is this one, then use, right? In this case, now we have really marvelous brain, right? So this brain we should use in proper way, right? Looks like a nuclear. This nuclear atom, if you're using the negative ones, make world finish, right? Yeah, and right now say like this, people saying this, COVID-19, yeah? They say virus, someone says made, yeah. If this is made by the very intelligent human being. Because this person only just focus on the modern education. They totally forget the ancient wisdom, loving kindness, thinking other, just thinking I. Yeah, actually, I heard it's true or not. Yeah, in the Western, like a teaching, right? Looks like sometimes I say like this. I make something playing some friends. Yeah, we need to English grammar to change. I say that. Yeah, why? I is always capital, right? Wherever coming, between coming, yeah, I, capital, capital, capital. We, he, she, yeah, not capital. Beginning capital, right? Then between small letter, right? I, wherever going. So in this case, sometimes the West culture it looks like I is important, we and that. In this case, we need to change the grammar. I make very small. We, they, he, she make big. Yeah? For that reason, this problem start. Right? So it means this marvelous brain using the negative way, right? So now you see, the second, then you say, oh, human is very, in this case, there's a human present life. In this life also, we can do proper way, yeah? You see, if we do something good, yeah, right? That good person made 2, then 3, right? Then really it can share. But it's very difficulty, right? If you, today you buy something nice fruit, right? All the fresh, right? If you put one rotten fruit inside, right? Immediately finished, right? if there is something rotten fruit, yeah, if you buy one new one right here, yeah, again, them also become worse, yeah, right? In this case, our life must be using in a proper way. So you should know the identified human precious life, right? identify, and also we don't know value, right? Now after the understand the value, then we should know, even value, we should know the rare. It's rare, right? Yeah. Otherwise cannot have. So now why human precious is rare? This is big question. If rare become expensive, right? You see, during COVID time, right? Also, this toilet paper become very expensive, yeah? Why it become rare, right? So you should know why human is so value is very rare. You see, expensive. If this whole land are like a gold, yeah, then our one plastic soil is become very expensive. Okay. For example, this whole place is become like a gold, right? Then at that time, if you have one packet of the soil, then it become very expensive, right? Why it is rare, right? So why human precious is rare? Because the cost is rare. Yeah? Now the questions are coming. Yeah, why? Not in the past life. Why it's rare? Now there's so many there. How much? Because right now we need to have problem with the human population, right? We need to control, right? Right? So then say, there's no next life. So now we think whether if I die, it's totally disappeared or not, yeah? In this case, I'm not talking about death of impermanent. Actually, you see, you should know that, yeah? Death of impermanent, it doesn't mean make us fear, okay? Yeah? Not make us fear. Thinking death of impermanent means, Tashi, go fast. Yeah, we don't know what happened tomorrow. Right? Try to make money today, like that. Means try to make somebody deposit for good things for your next trip, right? Tourist. You really, if you want to next trip, if you want to go live in, right? How's a 5-star hotel, right? We should need right now budget, right? We need make budget, right? So some people love go to the USA or very good country. Visa also not easier, right? Poor country, visa very easier, right? If you go to poor country, then very easier, right? America and this visa very restriction, so many questions, so many. Also not easier, right? In this case, yeah. So means death of the permanent means go first, try to make something deposit in your bank. Yeah, your next trip. Yeah, you wouldn't like to stay in the poor hotel. Yeah, want to stay in a 5-star hotel. For that, talking about right time is money. Right now, do like that. Yeah. Now the question: is there next life? This is a big question. If not next life, then Tashi Tashi is very stupid to become monk. Really stupid. So the only person who they say there's no next life, past life, they say, I didn't remember, I didn't see, there's no any reasoning. Yeah? They're thinking that. Only that reason. If you think whether there's a past or future, or there's no future, there is a future have more reasoning. Yeah. There's no future, is only one answer. I can't believe, I can't see, I don't know. Right? Even I can't see, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? You see, right now scientists find so many new discovery, right? This before there, right? Still there. Yeah. And you say, oh, that doesn't exist because it means. So even we have more reasoning, yeah. You see, one way, there's so many people have to remember their past, yeah. This also one. The second reason, well, this is just this one. The second one's like logical reasoning. Yeah, we say, Shiva, there are because Gembuchima, the Rigbachima, some day, Rigba Imbase, Lazaro. Gebuchiga Machuches. nearly to death. That's what they should. So why? You see, every impermanent causes have the two type of causes, okay? Substantial causes, right? Substantial causes and cooperative causes, okay? There's two. Every impermanent things which produced by cause and condition, right? So in this case, we humans have two types, physical and mental, right? I don't think so. The mind is something like a brain, right? If the mind is just for the brain, then why someone's die and they live for like 40 days with a fresh body? Why? This is a big question, right? Big question, right? So you see, when according to Buddhist, when the doctor said flat line, yeah, the death, right? But the with Buddhist saying dying, yeah, is present, continue, yeah, is dying, right? So causes we have two, physical and mental, right? The physical causes, if you find the substantial causes, right? Substantial causes. But from here, it's very easy for my mother's this one, right? We can easily see through the DNA, right? Very easy. Then go, father. Big bang. Going this substance going big bang, beginningless, okay? Beginningless. Because same as the consciousness cannot produce by the material, okay? So consciousness, then substantial causes of consciousness, yeah. In this case, going there, so there is a past, right? So we say beginningless, okay? So now the scientists say like a Big Bang is start. No, how become Big Bang? Big Bang also needs to something precious also, right? So if external thing is a beginningless, then why our mind have beginningless? Why not? In this case, there's past and future, right? Yeah. Because of that, then we need to practice Buddha Dhamma, right? Because this life is just like we spend just going to the tour, like something place, right? 1 week or 2 weeks, yeah. Some American going weekend, like 3 days, like that, yeah. Yeah. This is just looks like that. This life according to our next life or past life, right? In this case, we need to proper way in the next life, right? In this case, we need to practice on there. Not only enough. Right now, we born in human precious life, right? We are born in high rebirth. Tashi, we get our happiness there, but still problem, right? So many problems. So we need to liberate it from this samsara, right? So the big question, whether can we achieve liberation or not? This is big question. If there's no liberation, right? Then ridiculous. There's no reason, right? Then it's just going to the blind belief, right? So whether it's a liberation or not, so you see now, middle scope, yeah, then it starts from real Buddhist practice. No other, okay? No other teacher cannot teach that because we need to liberate it from this samsara, right? So then the question whether we can liberate it from suffering or not is we should know the suffering causes of something ceaseable or not. This one, right? If suffering causes, if you cannot avoid it, right? Then we cannot avoid suffering, right? In this case, Buddha taught Full Noble Truth. Amazing, you see. First, sometimes very strange, yeah. People always think they're happy, yeah. These people, not happy, problem. Some really Buddhist practitioner, 24 hours, just meditation on the suffering. their life is so, mind is so peaceful. You see, many Buddhist practitioners, yeah, on the mountains, so really their mind is so calm. How they get calm? Because they most of 24 hours, they just meditation on suffering. Why we always get a problem? Yeah, we always think happiness, 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 right? So in this case, very important, identify the suffering. Right? Because you see, right now, we have really so much how's the observation on the virus, right? We never just suffering that throw it, not that, right? So in this case, the three types of suffering, right? As you're suffering, changing suffering, and pervasive suffering. Now it's a suffering, right? So first suffering is the way, right now, everybody identify first one, right? We didn't understand the second one, right? Nature of suffering. It doesn't say suffering. Because of that, yeah, when the people reach there, we can get a jealousy. Because we think second is happiness. Yeah, who are powerful, jealous, or so many things. Admire. I want this. I want this. Yeah. First, Buddha didn't say the truth of suffering. Not first one. Not second one. Third one. Chisis ro leda nyomu be. Mabang pato ro leda nyomu shao. Shao maba pato. Dungi ge pungbu de ro. Meba mase pato. Yangjo kange che res. Di chaba duje lagyo res. Leda nyomu ungi shunge che tela mi de do. You see, if you didn't find that this second suffering, changing with suffering, if you didn't understand the nature of suffering, yeah, there's no way to generate compassion. Really, sometimes when you meditate, we say, whole mother sentient being liberated from samsara suffering. We meditate there, right? When you see rich people or some the powerful people, yeah, do we feel general compassion for this guy? No. On top of that, how wonderful I become like that. No way to generate compassion, great compassion. Right now, our compassion is sympathy ones. Just look some poor ones, yeah, which are worse than us, yeah. In this case, important second one. Second, also suffering nature, understood by the non-Buddhists also, third ones. If you understand this, then we have to chance to generate compassion, whole sentient being. Otherwise, nothing. If you not generate great compassion, no way to generate bodhicitta. No way to bodhicitta, nothing to get the last happiness, right? In this case, yeah, we should identify suffering. Then not enough that. So in this, Buddha say, when the Buddha first giving that teaching, one and a half, two and a half, under 3, 36. Okay, I'm going, sorry, sir. In this case, yeah, Buddha taught how to say 3 times repeat for the how to say Four Noble Truth. Yeah, when the first time in Dhamma, identify the suffering. Because first he said, this is truth of suffering. This is truth of suffering causes. This is truth of cessation. This is truth of path. He said like that. How say to identify the Four Noble Truth. Yeah. Then Geshe Chawa's action of Four Noble Truth. Yeah. You should understanding suffering. Should understand the truth of sufferings. Yeah. Should avoiding truth of suffering causes. Right? Should how say achieve cessation. Should practice path. Right? This one. Then third one, serving the understanding, then Sheva Charmes. 인규들 니어 동해 쉐바 저저 쉐바 차르메스. No, not more, no. There's two explanations. Yeah. One become generally, if you overcome all suffering, yeah, then you not try to again to take, how say, to overcome suffering. Don't need. This is one. Another one's, even you want to, if you understand the suffering, but you never to understand the suffering but true existence. So there's two meaning, right? 지금 this 동해 시에서는 양조 동해 숨디 시에서는 양조 수도 시에 거예요 말했어요. 직시로 동해 시에바 저제 시에바 잘못 써야 돼. 지금 딜레 sab도 전도 동해 시에 고고도 랑게 생기도 동해 시주요 말했어.
Ways of understanding what I think
알려. 개말. 오케이. So
the way goes two ways to understand the third. One, the suffering, suffering is suffering is suffering not. Once you know it, you don't need to know it again. That's one. Then on the suffering is known, but it's not inherently existing suffering.
so like that. In this case, then second, yeah, this one, then we should know, identify the suffering. Then we should know where come from the suffering, right? So you see, now we so much research of this virus, right? How the main causes, like scientific, so much researching, right? And like that. So Buddha identified that is comes suffering causes is karma and delusion, right? Karma and delusion. Now the question whether suffering can overcome or not is main understanding whether we can overcome delusion and karma. This is the question. If we cannot overcome delusion karma, then they say liberation is just a story, nothing that. Yeah. In this case, we logical reason we say like nyelengi pungbu subject this nyelengi pungbu of the kandalata content aggregate subject. Yeah. That cause that continuum. Yeah. Because nyelengi pungbu says kyugi rigun sebe rig member kyugi gun seba member mindes continuum without can because mindes consists, yeah, consist because it causes gyuri ningbo topne yubesis yeleng pungbu meba soya yores meba soya kaza yeleng pungbu gyujoro 주들의 닝부 돔되지요레스 닝부 요레스 causes of suffering. Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, again try to be this aggregate containment aggregate can continue to cease, yeah, because it causes has powerful antidote, right? Yeah, power antidote. So in this case, you see, Rinpoche again and again has a quoted from Nagarjuna. Leda Nyomo, so means liberation. Yeah, liberated. We never think liberated means, usually we think liberating death and going something very nice, pure land. We're thinking that, yeah? Not that. Leda Nyomo Sevatars. In Nagarjuna say, Zawashirap, fundamental color. We fundamental wisdom. Leda Nyomo Sevatas. The liberate because to see the karma and karma and delusion, then liberate it. Yeah, Leda Nyomo Sevata. So Leda Nyomo Namdoles. Karma, yeah, comes from the delusion. Delusion comes from the mistaken thought. Mistaken thought comes from elaborated. Elaborate means self-grasping, right? Right? So in this case, the main causes is self-grasping. self-grasping called to, to apprehension that things exist like that. Actual self-grasping is very easy to explain. Yeah. Right now, we just rely what we appearance. This is self-grasping. What we appearance, yeah, we think this is real like that. This is self-grasping. This one, yeah. So that self-grasping make to me bad thought. You don't to me this one. From there, then you see, we see the object, right? Object. Then object something be maybe it the beauty like a 20%, right? We exaggerate it 100, then attach. If you something like a 1% wrong, yeah, exaggerate 100, then so that mind called bad thought, then attachment coming. Then we created karma. You see, this is very obvious. Yeah, when you, yeah, everybody experience, right? We go to shopping, how say, supermarket, right? It's not super, big mall, right? See so many beautiful things, yeah? First, when you buy that, right? See, very beautiful. When you take the home, it become ugly. Yeah, sometimes you never always thinking it's a Dharma practice on a text, yeah. Shopping mall, you go. This shopping mall, sometimes very good advice. In this case, you see, our human being are so much desire, so much creative. How we know in a shop, white, red, blue, half, like this, so many complicated things. Yeah. But one buy cannot even tomorrow. Say fashion, changing fashion. This monk's robe, Buddha is very kindness for the monk. 24 hours, update fashion. Never lose fashion. Always fashion. Also, this is a great monk's robe. If you go with the gentleman, I become gentleman. If you go to the poor person together, I become poor. If you do the middle person, I become middle. You wear the tie and suit, yeah, go to the poor, you can just come out, right? So this Buddha knows monks have not so much money. Yeah, in this case, Buddha wouldn't like the monks so much spending, right? In this case, this 24 hours for, how say this, 24/7, how say, fashion. Do you think? Yeah, did it look like fashion? Yeah, I'm thinking. In this case, yeah, in Buddhism, it's very important talking about the, how say, emptiness. Okay, this is the unique of the Buddha. Now you see, we make this different from journal. All religion are same advice. Yeah, but what is the unique for the Buddhist advice? From method side and from the wisdom side. There is no religion to say generate compassion, whole sentient being. I think this, okay? Yeah, some sentient being for the virtual to like that. Some saying this God give us the food, right? Only Buddha say from the method side, yeah, make compassion, whole sentient being, generated bodhicitta. This is a unique, special test from the Buddhism, right? Method side, all phenomena empty, emptiness, empty, yeah? So sometimes we feel emptiness is so much complicated, yeah? Sometimes I think very good, for example, emptiness like a zero, like a O. Zero is zero, okay? Nothing, right? Without zero, no one. But functioning. You see, actual zero is nothing, right? If the zero not functioning, how become one? Zero so power. Again 1, 0, 10, 0. Wow. But zero is zero. emptiness like that. Okay? So you see, this is very easier. Buddha say all phenomena like empty. Yeah, empty means it doesn't mean something like a totally nothing. Zero is nothing, but zero is not totally nothing. Zero is always something functional, right? So here, now usually we say all phenomena empty means, right? Means all phenomena empty of will of our appearance. Things empty of will of our appearance. Because we rely on the appearance, then we lose. Okay. So you see, I put a very like example. One very cunning person, right? Cunning person. We just go follow his external, right? Definitely I will lose if I didn't identify his nature, right? He's talking so nice. Now you see, American business of advertising is amazing, right? There's a this one you can get free. This one you can get free, right? You just going on the follow this free. At last you can pocket gone, finish, right? So you see, cunning person, right? Talking very nice. If I didn't understand his nature, right? I can lose. Just go. How say appearance, right? If I know his nature, how much he talking nicely, I never lose, right? Because we losing, we not identified real nature. We just follow cunning person's appearance and we lose. For that reason, Buddha identified there's a second nature. That's called ultimate truth. Right? If we're understanding that, yeah, you see, before I put one example, like for me, it's very good for one example, like all phenomena like empty. It's very easier to this note, yeah. Because I think it's very good, yeah. You see, this bank note, there are so many numbers, a face, and like this, yeah. So this note, if it's a value, right? Where's that value, $100 value, yeah? With a face or with this number or with this signature or like that, yeah? Or even signature, everything. If there's no number, also fake money, right? Right? Everything's perfect, right? If they miss one pin, right? Fake, right? So where that value find? But it functioning, right? So you see, we in this case, yeah, things are doesn't exist inherently means, yeah, things exist. Now you see how to become for Buddhist school, right? For Buddhist school, not different, distinguished from the method side, okay? Only from the wisdom side, wisdom side. For you already before we should talk this for Buddhist for seal, right? For seal. Seal means if you're the Buddhist, yeah, not go behind that. Because if the king makes seal, right? We should follow on that under the seal, yeah. But that called the seal, right? If the Buddhist, right? From the view side, right? So Vijay Thamje made up the all composition factor are impermanent, right? All contaminating are nature of suffering, right? Chotamje, all phenomena empty and selflessness. From there, then coming four different schools. Okay? Vavaishika, Sutantika, and Chidamatra, and Madhyamika, right? So in this case, also these four different view also taught by the Buddha. Okay? When the Buddha giving three turning Dhamma wheel, right? First turning Dhamma wheel, second turning Dhamma wheel, fourth turning Dhamma wheel, my third turning Dhamma wheel, right? First turning Dhamma wheel, Buddha taught about the view of Vavashika and Sutantika, right? right now the follower of the Sri Lanka and Thai and this are, yeah. This is a Buddhist, something common teaching. Buddha give for the public teaching, okay? Public, right? The second Tani Dhamma will is based on, for second Tani Dhamma will, Buddha taught more elaborated about truth of suffering causes, truth of, how say, cessation, and the truth of path. Yeah, because the Dembashi get the number is Kolunivat Jura Dembashi. Elaborated, right? So this one. Then at that time, Buddha taught the view of Madhyamika, right? Then third turning Dhamma will, Buddha taught the view of Chittamatra, right? Usually His Holiness said like that during third turning Dhamma will, Buddha make foundation to teach the, how say, Tantric teaching, make the foundation, but didn't give the Tantric because it's talking about the Buddha nature, right? Actual, the subtle Buddha nature is high Yogatama, our killer-like mind, yeah, so like that. Yeah? For that reason, this all Buddha giving for different school, Buddha knows, yeah, every teaching cannot suitable everybody. Okay, first Buddha said like things exist that true exist. Second say all lack of true existence. Third say have true, have not truth. Yeah, but this is not contradiction. Okay, it looks like that. Doctor, yeah, first check. Oh, you not eat this. Yeah, right. Then after this, you must eat this. First, you avoid, right? But we never say doctor make contradiction, right? In this case, Buddha is a really amazing doctor. The Buddhism looks like, how to say, big hospital. I'm not criticizing other religions. The other religions looks like small clinics. No, big hospital. Even so many different doctors, yeah? Small clinics, when you go, if you headache, give one pill. If you see one pill, right? Only one, right? So in this case, yeah. So in this case, the main antidote from the Buddhist side is, how to say, we should know about the real enemy is delusion mind. Okay. So our troublemaker are delusion mind. If you ask who's the troublemaker, we never point it out, troublemaker inside. We always pointed troublemaker out because you see in our life, we never see our own face, right? Our eye always there. So in this case, always pointed other. You are wrong, you are wrong. But we never, now we change. Think, who's troublemaker? Also, you see, very easy pointed other, right? Pointed this very difficulty, right? Our nature is like always blame other. In this case, there's so many different delusion mind, but this all delusion minds comes from self-grasping, right? We go self-grasping, right? From there, then this. In this case, you see, Buddha say all depending arising, right? Interdepending is true. Like we say east, west, like for very easy to say like a come and go, right? Actually, we see come and go is totally different action, right? If people ask someone, hey, come and go is one synonymous or contradiction, definitely we say contradiction, right? But actually, this looks like synonymous, like a synonymous. You say come and go. If my face there means they say coming, I'm going, right? Because depend on this side, then we say I am going, right? Different from that side, coming. Same. You see, very easier, you can see. Earlier, like beginning 20th century, right? This huge TV. People laugh, TV, right? This huge one, right? Then after they become smaller, right? This one now become dinosaur. Now at that time, people give one dinosaur to you, very happy. Right now, when people give new dinosaur, if you give to you, this TV say no. Then you say like a computer, the first time this monitor, big ones, proud, right? You see, good or bad, beauty or something. This world very strange. Earlier, you see people, when you wear something thrown cloth, thrown cloth, say this is poor, this is wearing thrown cloth. Yeah? Right now, rich people become more expensive, make this throne, and say it's a fashion. Sometimes ridiculous, this one. This all trouble mega are self-grasping. Because it is self-grasping to generate other attachment or other something that, right? In this case, yeah. So whatever when you practice, yeah, we should combination with beginning to think about the bodhicitta way and emptiness together, then we need to practice like that, yeah. So you see, think empty means Nagarjuna said, Tenji Dewa Jungwan comes. Because it depends on arising, so that reason, this is empty. Because this is empty, this is depending arising. In this case, emptiness and the depending arising are in one nature. One nature, different isolation. Nominally different, right? So in this case, I will mention like one like that, yeah. So because things exist, right? So in this case, because of that, depending, also you say depending arising, yeah. Depending arising on a different level, right? Gross level, middle level, and subtle, right? So gross level, talking about the lower school, up to Chiddamatra to the Vashiga. There's things depend on cause and condition, right? That called dependent arising. So permanent are not dependent arising, right? Because permanent things, permanents are not dependent on cause and condition, right? So the second ones, autonomy school, Madhyamiga, right? Talking about depending means depending on their parts, right? Part and whole, right? Part depend on whole, whole depend on part, right? Little gross. Now the Chittamat Kasam Pasangika depend on name and conceptuality. Just merely Tokbe Tazam Lana, Rangyubage Lagre, Semzam Kaza, Tangyubage, Tokbe Tazam Lagres, Tokbe Patazam said, Rangyubage Lagumares. In this case, you see, Pasangika said depend means not depend cause and condition, not depend part and parts. Yeah. Depend on name and conceptuality. Right? So in this case, yeah, Pasangika say when you see things, yeah, analyze, we couldn't find. But actually it exists. Yeah. It looks like we're putting like an example like the how say in the mirror, right? Our face reflection, right? See the reflection there. If you see the whole, if you even did find the reflection, because our faces, but still they're coming something, right? In this case, for example, because the different with the Chitam Kasa. Svatandra Tika say like this. If phenomena doesn't exist by own side, yeah, just merely imputation, then it become whatever you can imputate it, it become like that. They're saying that. In this case, for us, sometimes it's very good for autonomous school view. It's something like a suitable half from there, half imputation. It looks like that. If you're thinking this is true, then very difficult here, like this one, I say come and go, yeah? And we say like that, I'll say east and west, yeah? These are very difficult, right? In this case, Pasangika say, there is no phenomena just imputed by the thought, right? Yeah? But it doesn't exist even one atoms from on site. Means when you analyze, yeah, we couldn't find this is this, right? Now the big question. Sometimes we say, because of to meditate emptiness, right? It's very important to generate, to degenerate, how say, attachment and anger, right? Then if you do the compassion, you see there's one poor, right? Then, oh, so poor, it's a very nice emotion, right? Emotion. Then so where's the poor? How is this poor guy? If you couldn't find, then what happened? So this how say, practice of emptiness is looks like benefit for reducing attachment and anger. It looks like something. No, at that time looks like that. Then not that, because we should understand, because of we don't understanding of that emptiness, yeah, then he can get the suffer, right? If you understand that when they find, yeah, but it couldn't find, but they still know, because this is exist with the imputation on that. The person, if you 100% understand that, for that reason, they become more compassionate, because not understanding that, then they get a sufferer. Otherwise, sometimes looks like, if not proper way analyzed, yeah, from negative side is okay. Yeah, you see, Buddha, very strong faith. Then say, oh, Buddha doesn't exist inherently, then where I take a faith? In this case, emptiness is very dangerous, saying that. For that reason, Buddha didn't taught to the lower school, right? We never say good medicine, yeah, even the very good medicine, yeah, cannot benefit everybody, right? That medicine according to their health, right? Best one. So in this case, Buddha, according to that, yeah, even we know the Buddha is something like a to know all phenomena, right? Now I want to conclusion, yeah. Now, why Buddha is special teacher, right? So there's Dharmakirti said like that. Why I take, how say Buddha is become valid person, good person, and a reliable person. Yeah, why Buddha I take the refuge? Actually, this one, yeah. Why I take the refuge to the Buddha, right? It doesn't mean Buddha is a clairvoyance. It doesn't mean Buddha is a miracle power, yeah. Because I take refuge to the Buddha, Buddha can show me the real path, yeah, to liberate it from this suffering. Due to that reason, yeah, I take refuge to the Buddha. This is true. Okay. If you think Buddha is a great because Buddha have something clairvoyance like that, then say this non-Buddhist, you go and take refuge to the vulture. Vulture can see very far away, yeah. So right now, we are using sometimes very strange. Yeah, I saw in the West, some Lama wearing nice brocade and nice cape, people going, running. Real Tibetan Lama of Rinpoche wearing simple robe. Yeah? Not talking so much this initiation, yeah. Just give me lecture, people not coming. Because they say, oh, his clothes is so poor, he doesn't wear anything. They feel like that. So some say, oh, he's a great, he's a very miracle. Because you see, miracle and everything have this Shiva and this all have this miracle, right? But why we not take refuge for them? In this case, Chandrakiri say like this. Sanjay Chodan Kindu the Tarbadavanam Taps. Buddha, Dhamma, and Sanghas. Sanjay Chodan Kindu the Tarbadavanam Taps.
They are the
Buddha and Dhamma, Sangha is a seeking refuge, object of refuge, because it's seeking liberation from this samsara problem. In this means, if you want to become rich, you don't not necessary to become refuge to the Buddha, okay? Not necessary, okay? If you want to have something just born to the liberated from high rebirth, yeah, we don't need to take refuge for the Buddha. Okay, if you become rich or if you become famous or whatever, yeah, we don't need. If really, if we doesn't like, yeah, from this samsara, want to liberate it, then there's only choice for refuge for Buddha. In this case, we have three object of refuge. Otherwise, very strange. Why Buddhists get three refuge? We have only one, God can protect. It doesn't mean that. As you know, now you have so much, Buddha is like an expert doctor, and his teaching is powerful medicine, right? Then his Sangha. Now you should know the Sangha. It doesn't mean only the monks and nuns. Sangha means at least who achieve part of same area, whether lay or they are the Sangha. We are representative of the Sangha. We're not, otherwise think how to represent Sangha, some Sanghas drinking there, some Sangha doing funny there out. Not that, we are represent, okay? In this case, we are sickness person, but it doesn't mean coronavirus sickness. We are really chronic sick person, chronic of tree poisoning, right? So we want to liberate it from this chronic, we need an expert doctor. Who's the expert doctor? Shakyamuni Buddha, right? So now Shakyamuni Buddha give at how say prescription, yeah, yeah. If you want to how say born to the high realm, you just avoiding 10 non-virtues and negative karma, right? If you want to make become liberation from samsara, to practice 3 high training practice, right? If you want to become full enlightened, right? Then Buddha give practice practice of the medicine, bodhicitta, and emptiness, these together, right? So these two, we should every day, we need to consume every day. But we don't think immediately get house realization. Actually, we can get a good realization. You see, first, when here, who was ancestor were not Buddhist, right? Who was like a non-Buddhist, many here. Beginning, they never think something, if you kill the insect is not negative, right? Right now, someone say, oh, you killed this. No, this is realization, okay, change. Your realization. You never think realization is something fly like that, yeah. Now you guys here, yeah, go to, oh, today I give the free for going to the fishing. You never say no. Earlier, if you're not made a Buddhist, right? Oh, today I give a free for giving fishing. Very happy in going there, right? This is a realization. You change. You never think change is something. Even you see, at least we have saying whole mother sentient in our mouth. This word is very expensive. We cannot buy this whole mother sentiment, like this word, yeah. We cannot buy this American big mall. Cannot buy. We only buy from the Shakyamuni Buddha text, right? In this case, we are so fortunate to meet Buddha. Okay, thank you so much. No beginning, no end.